Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Shiz and Giggles, our weekly wind down podcast where we talk about everything and anything. My name is Demi and I will be your host today, but I'm never alone. My first co host is a Chinese Vietnamese artist and graphic designer. She speaks three languages, is a tea addict, and is a foodie. She loves to travel, play video games, and make stuff, whether that would be from food or crafts. She's also currently obsessed with tiny homes and pastel colors. It's Nan.
Hi, Demi. Glad to be here.
Hi, Nan. Thank you for coming. So, my second co host loves to cook, hang out with her dog, travel, and enjoys a nice glass of wine. She has a passion for painting, sculpting, and all things plants. A crafter and tinkerer by nature, she loves to learn and has been in the world of events for 8 years. An avid indoor gardener and owner of 100 more plants. It's Heather. Oh, you're muted.
Hey y'all.
Hey, Heather. Okay, so I am so happy to have the both of you here. And to kick things off this week, we're going to talk about a trending topic. This week, it's all about COVID boosters. The CDC is currently calling for all those who got vaccinated with Pfizer or Moderna to get a booster 8 months after their second shot. The doses are predicted to go out as early as the week of September 20th. So, I want to ask my co hosts and those watching, do you think the rush to get the booster will be similar to the lines we saw when the vaccine was first released?
I don't know. It's a heavy question. I am unsure. I personally didn't see no lines, but I also got mine a little bit later. So I got mine in May. So what would that be?
Hmm.
March of next year, I think. I don't know.
Hmm.
It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes down. I personally hope there isn't a line. I just want to get in and get out.
Oh, same.
Not a fan of lines. But yeah, I would presume and hope that folks who got vaccinated will get the booster.
Yeah,
For sure.
same here. I got my vaccine also pretty late, like in May also.
Hmm.
I don't think there will be a line either, mainly because I feel like people are gonna feel like they are safe with the two doses and that be enough.
Hmm.
Some maybe not doesn't even know about the booster shots, so there might be something
Yeah.
to do with that also. I mean, I didn't know about it until today too, so.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it on the news. I'm hoping, and I know that they're doing it in a similar order to how they gave out the first vaccines.
Mhm.
So, with like frontline workers, as well as older people or people with health risk going first, and then moving down the line. I'm hoping that they learn from the first round of vaccines how to properly schedule people for vaccines and that it helps get that a little less on those long lines and having troubles to get in to get vaccinated. So
Definitely.
I'm gonna go ahead and move into the next question, which is now that masks are making a comeback, what is your mask by? Whether that's cloth, medical, do you like certain colors, T93, like all the crazy stuff?
Mm.
Well, in the summer, I usually wear disposable, like I'm wearing now the medical disposable ones, just because I run hot. But in
Mm-hmm.
the winter, I wear my cloth mask that has an insert carbon filter,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a little bit more heavy duty for the winter.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I svitz too much to wear anything heavy
Oh,
duty right now.
for sure.
Yeah,
I,
I'm like similar to Heather. I also
mm-hmm.
prefer disposable masks in the summer just because it's so hot. You're sweating in it constantly, so it's just annoying to have
Mm-hmm.
to wash it constantly. But like some masks that I'm looking at though, there are some really pretty like
Oh, yeah.
silk masks out there that
Oh
I'm like
yeah.
eyeballing, but they can be pretty pricey.
For sure, especially the ones that have like the mask insert area.
Oh yes,
Hmm.
definitely. But they're
Hmm.
gorgeous.
But a note is you always do want to buy the mask inserts. They do help keep the air a little bit cleaner, and you can buy them in bulk on Amazon. And if you're not an Amazon person, completely understand. You can go to any big grocery store like BJ's or Sam's Club and get a bulk pack. So now that we got some responses from our viewers, a lot of people say that they're definitely cloth in the fall because it's a little cozier and disposable for sweaty times in the summer, and Costco has great bulk options. So that was definitely a fun conversation to have. But now we're going to go straight into our segments. So, first, we're going to go to Nhan for cultural exchange.
Alrighty, my segment, Cultural Exchange, is a chance for me to share various culture and our languages experience with you guys. So today my topic I want to talk to you guys about is the culture of sharing food in China. It is prevalent in other cultures in many different places too, but I usually find that in China that's like the biggest thing. And where else would you find like these type of turntables other than Chinese restaurant where they're most commonly found? And I just recently found out that they're called Lazy Susan, which I had no idea before. So I thought that was really interesting. um, but yeah, in Chinese culture, sharing food is an expression of love, respect, and or generosity. Like growing up, I would have my parents; they would constantly like be picking food from the table and just like well, not from the table, but from like the bowl on the table, and just like putting it in my plate and in my bowl. And that's how it's always been to how I grew up around, and it just feels so affectionate.
Mhm.
However, the problem is due to COVID, this culture quite struggled a bit. A lot of people still do it, but it can spread the COVID virus very rapidly because constantly sharing food, constantly sharing germs. Um, and I just found out recently that like ever since COVID started in China, some restaurants offer discounts to people who use serving chopsticks, which are like separate chopsticks from like your main dish or like your rice bowl. And this is like met with quite a resistance to some people because serving chopsticks are viewed as very formal. Like it's something that you would only find in like huge banquet or like I don't know political parties or something, and and it's just not common when you're like eating out with your family, and that can be viewed as kind of like very distant, very disrespectful almost. So that's why it's been met with resistance, but it is a measure that must be taken during times of COVID to prevent, the spread of COVID. However, since we're on the topic of chopsticks, did you know that not all chopsticks are created equal?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, some
Tell me
chopsticks
more.
are so chopsticks are like an essential tool in a lot of Asian countries,
Mhm.
but obviously different nations might have different curves. So like
Don't we
I
all?
found this out. Yep, just like humans. But I found this out when I first went to Japan, and I was like, wow, these chopsticks are pointy. They are very pointy. Um, and it makes sense though if you think about it. Like different nations have different cuisine, so when you go to different countries, you're gonna have chopsticks that match their cuisine. So, for example, in Japanese food, there are a lot of like they like eating fish, eating seafood a lot, and fish typically have very small bones. So that's why the chopsticks are very narrow at the tip, so that you can pick out those bones and you don't choke on them.
This is fascinating. I never knew
Wow.
this.
Yeah, no, me either.
Yeah, it is such a fascinating topic. So, like, that goes to like my favorite chopstick. Obviously, I love the Japanese chopstick mainly because they're so pointy. Because they're so pointy that you can pick up every little thing. Like, it's so precise. It's the main reason why I love it, and I also love it because like it's wooden, it's bamboo, and
Hmm.
I find that bamboo chopsticks typically have a better grip than say metal chopsticks or like plastic chopsticks.
Mm.
So that's my favorite chopsticks. I don't know if you guys have a favorite chopsticks or not.
I think my favorite chopstick is the same as yours. My granddad actually went to Japan for a little bit,
Oh
like a
wow.
couple of months, and he brought us back chopsticks. So I'm
Mhm.
guessing that's the type I use at home when I use them.
Yep, probably.
But I definitely love those ones. I like to bring them places with me if I'm gonna like eat out or if I'm eating ramen or
Mhm.
sushi or anything. I definitely use those.
Definitely. And do you have one, Heather? Or
I
are you
don't.
thinking?
I don't. Am I thinking? Yes, I'm thinking because I'm like I don't think so. I wish I had more experience with them. I really try, but it's like I'm just like this and I'm dropping stuff and it's a hot mess. Um, Yeah, so it's definitely something I need to work on.
It does take practice, but you
Mhm.
get it one day.
You.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Nhan. And we're going to move on to our next segment. And let's go to Heather for You Grow Girl.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your time with me today. And we are going to be talking about plants and playing a classic Two Truths and a Lie. So we have three different questions, or rather, three different statements, and each statement will have three options. So you'll choose between A, B, or C, and figure out of those statements which two are truths, but really we're trying to figure out which one is the lie. You ready? How much do you know about plants?
Oh, I know like nothing about plants.
Perfect. Okay, good. So this plant is A, a begonia, B, a part of a species group that has 800 varieties, or 3, drought tolerant.
Ooh.
I think that the lie is that it's a begonia.
So you think that's the lie?
Yes. But I'm not sure now because of the way you said it.
Well, I feel like the first one is so specific, so it might be. I don't know about plant names, so I'm assuming that might be the names. I'm just gonna eliminate that one. So it's either B or C, and I don't know. Just go with my gut feeling. I just go B, I guess.
So, but there's two states. So we're looking for the lie. So Nhan, you think C is the lie, and Demi, you think A is the lie.
Oh no, I think B is a lie.
Or you think B is a lie?
Yes.
Understood. Okay. And the answer is. And the answer is manifest. So the one that is a lie is actually B. Okay. So it is begonia. That is a real word.
Ooh,
There are
yeah.
actually over 1,000 different varieties of begonias, and they are drought
Okay.
tolerant. So in that way, they're kind of succulent-like because the stems are so thick that they kind of hold the reserves
I didn't know that.
and hold the water in.
I think that it's because like I thought of a begonia as like a flower. I knew it was a type of plant, but I didn't know it was like a variety.
They have so many varieties. So some actually do flowers. So there are
Yeah.
begonias that totally are like purple flowers, pink
Yeah.
flowers.
Oh wow.
But you also have some like this that are more like speckled. Angel wings, that's the one that I have at home. That's absolutely gorgeous. But they're awesome.
Okay.
I love a good begonia. So next up is our next question. So this plant is A, a variegated Kumsun forsythia. B, has sold for over $1,000. Or C, a Monstera Thai constellation. So which one is the lie?
Okay.
This is so hard.
I'm so glad you said that. That makes me feel so good about myself.
I definitely think that it's sold for over $1,000 because I know plants can get really expensive, so that doesn't really surprise me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that's a truth?
Yes, I think B is a truth. I'm narrowing it down.
He is so confident with this.
I'm
Okay, so she
down.
thinks so. Okay, should we go with B as truth? Now, but what's the lie? Which one? Bougie plants. They really are. They really are bougie plants.
I think that A is the lie because I don't think I could say it if I read it. So I'm going to go with A because it sounds fake, even though I know it's probably a real thing.
And Teresa says C is the lie. All right, so the answer is, boom, A is the lie. A is a completely different type of plant, like a shrub or something. I'm not even sure. But yes, this is a Monstera Thai constellation. It is very, very popular because of its variegation. So on the leaves, you can see the white splotches. Some actually come with full white leaves, and that's known as an albino Monstera constellation. I don't know what an albino is, but I'm gonna make it up and sell it for but this plant can actually go for over 2 grand, which is
Wow.
crazy.
Oh, wow.
Here in the Richmond local market, because plants are so popular here, you can find on Facebook Marketplace or in any of the like Facebook plant groups, one leaf for like $200.
Wow.
Wow. Wait, what
It's
can you even do with a leaf?
You can
You
propagate
can
it.
try your hardest. Well, it's not just a leaf, but
Oh,
it's like a leaf
wow.
with the stem, and then it has roots and such.
Okay, that's interesting.
For sure, for
Okay.
sure. And then our last question. So this plant is a Malabar chestnut, B, a money tree, or C, native to Eastern Asia.
I think I've seen this plant before, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go straight for A. That's a lie.
Yeah, so I know it's a money tree because I've had a money tree. So I'm going to be real confident with that. I'm going to say that A is the lie as well.
All right. Survey says, boom, gotcha.
Wow.
What?
So this is a money tree, also known as a Malabar chestnut, also known
Didn't know
as
that.
a Chinese good luck tree.
Wow.
It is actually native to South America.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I
Okay.
know, isn't that fascinating?
It took the
Wow.
plane across the ocean.
Yes, it did. It totally did. And what's so cool about those is that they actually are known for good luck. You can take the stem of the tree and braid it, which is
Oh.
really awesome.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
That's
really
cool.
good. They're good plants, very easy. So if you're looking for money, you're looking for something easy, that's your plant.
Bless yourself.
Bless yourself. Okay, so thank you so much, Heather,
so
for that.
welcome.
And last but not least, we're going to be wrapping up today's episode with my segment, Here's a Tip. Okay, everyone. So, to go along with the theme of COVID and COVID boosters, my tips for today are how to stay healthy. So, we're going to kick it off with taking your vitamins. So, taking your vitamins is super important for your health, as some people tend to be low on certain vitamins instead of others. So, the two key vitamins I'm going to talk about are vitamin C and vitamin D. So, vitamin C is a good protection against immune health deficiencies, cardiovascular disease, prenatal health problems, eye disease, and even skin wrinkling. And you can take up to 2,000 milligrams a day. And as Andrea always says, it's water soluble. So if you take too much, it's not going to be a problem. You might get a little bit of a stomach ache, but luckily you can drink enough water and it can naturally exit your body. Next, we're going to go into D3 vitamins. And D3 vitamins are known to help strengthen bones and muscles, boost immunity, increase mood, aid in weight loss, and improve your heart function. So it's recommended to take 10 to 20 micrograms of this a day. So you do want to make sure that you aren't taking too much of these, as they are not as water soluble. But as everyone at my work knows, they call me Walgreens. I keep it on my desk for everybody in the office to use. You can also get them a lot of times in your multivitamins if you take multivitamins every day. So just make sure to double check what is in your daily vitamins before adding on another supplement. So next we're going to go into wearing a mask. So for the past couple of months since May, we've been lucky enough to not have to wear a mask, especially if you are vaccinated. With the Delta variant, we want to make sure that everyone is being safe. And as you can tell from Heather and Nhan, we've gone back to wearing masks in office. I am in my own little cubicle right now, so I took mine off. But you do want to make sure to be safe and healthy, especially around your coworkers. So there are a couple of tips and tricks on the best ways to wear a mask and the processes of how to wear one. So you want to make sure that your hands are clean when you take off and put back on your mask. Your hands can make your mask infected with bacteria, and then therefore it kind of defeats the purpose because the bad items are getting inside of your mask. You want to make sure that it covers both your nose, mouth, and chin, and that there aren't any gaps in it. If there are gaps, Air can still get in. You want to make sure that it's closed all the way around your face. That way, no bad air gets in. And then when you take your mask off, store it in a clean plastic bag. And every day, either wash it if it's a fabric mask or dispose of the medical mask in a trash bin. I know it's hard for all of us to do as we very easily take it off, put it on a desk. Just try to recycle that mask as often as possible, getting new masks. And then a key tip that I've heard is if you do throw your mask away, cut the ear holes, like cut the strings. It can get stuck in the ocean, on turtles, it gets stuck on birds.
Well,
So you
that's
want to make
sad.
sure you're being safe for the environment as well. It's
Yeah.
super important. So next I'm going to go into pod up. So a while ago, we were told stick to your pod, have a small, close group of friends and family that you hang out with, and try not to go too much outside of it. You have a work pod. I have a friend pod. It's me, my parents, and then my best friend and her parents. We're in a pod together. And then I very rarely see my family anymore now that the Delta variant's gotten worse. But when I do see them, I make sure that nobody's been having any symptoms, that I'm not having any symptoms, and that none of us have come in contact with anyone with COVID within the past few weeks. So you want to be safe with who you're hanging out with. Being safe, we're going to go into making sure you clean up your area. So, something we do every day at the office is at the end of the day, we wipe down our desk with a disinfectant wipe. We also wipe down our chairs and the area around us. So, you want to make sure that you're doing that, whether that's at your home or in your car. You can bring items in from the outside into the inside. So, as long as you're cleaning constantly, you can make sure that you get rid of the bad bacteria.
Yeah, you should
And
always clean your area.
we make sure to do it a lot. A lot of us use hand sanitizer. We clean our areas. Sometimes we clean other people's areas. We even have a chore chart at work now where at the end of the day, two people in the office are in charge of wiping down
It's really true. It's
door,
so cute. It
door
makes me feel
handles
like we're
and
like
light
little kids again.
switches.
Yeah, make sure you
Yes.
wipe down your phones also. That's commonly
Thank
forgotten.
you, Nan.
Thermostats. What's the other thing? Remotes.
Anything high
We're
contact.
thorough. Sorry, Demi, continue.
You're all good. I could hear y'all laughing, and I was like, what is happening? Okay, so cleaning your area. Next, I'm going to kind of go through these fast because we're getting through this show. It's getting a little long. Nourish your body. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Everybody's body is different with how much rest they need. I need 8 hours. Our coworker Jasmine needs 6 hours. You'll know your body. Make sure you're eating healthy food. Don't eat McDonald's every day. It's not good for you. Eat your veggies, your proteins. Your body is your temple. That's 100% true. Next, we're going to go into get vaccinated. If you are able to get vaccinated, you should. It is so important that we get as many people vaccinated as possible. This includes getting your booster when you're able to. I get that it's hard. It's sometimes rough to get out of work, but if you are able to get vaccinated, do it. Lastly, stay in. Do
My
not go out
favorite.
to crazy parties. There is no need to. You can stay in, watch movies, have a dance party with your friends. And if you do go out, wear your mask. Make sure if you're in a big group of people, you should be wearing your mask, especially if you don't know them. Like, I'm going to wear my mask out. It's rough. I know it sucks, but we got to get better.
I hear you. It is so
So
true.
that is my last tip for today. I hope everyone wrote those down. You got to know all the things to stay safe. So I know we had some really good key takeaways from today. Nan taught us about some specialty food items and tips and tricks that they use over in China as well as other Asian countries, which is sharing food, which is amazing. Heather gave us some quick facts about plants. So we learned some more about plants today. I talked about being safe in the new lifestyle and times. So before we leave today, I do want to close today's show with bringing attention to one of our amazing co hosts, Nan La. Nan is sadly leaving the AAP family today, and we will miss her so much. But we wanted to take the time to tell her how proud we are of her, and we wish her all the best. And we also hope that she'll come back on sometime and do her segment again as a co star. So,
Definitely.
Nan, do you have anything to say? Any last words?
I am so sad to be leaving, but I'm like very happy to have had this opportunity to meet you guys, to work with you guys. It has been a lot of fun, and yeah, and hopefully I can come back or sometime in the future or somewhere somehow, somehow meeting up with you guys. So
Okay.
maybe there's something to that.
Okay, well, thank you so much to my wonderful co hosts, Nhan and Heather, and a special thanks to everybody watching us, and we hope to see you again. We stream every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find us on the All About Presentation YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn page. If you can't make it, then no worries. We repost our episodes on our YouTube channel and onto IGTV videos on our Instagram page. Happy Friday, everyone, and have a good weekend.
Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.